there, welcome back to the channel where we talk about real estate, investing, and personal finance. And today we're going to continue with our series of the best of for 2021. And so the thing that we're going to talk about today is the best high yield savings accounts or checking accounts. And so again, the reason we want to have some cash just set aside in a high yield account is number one, we need to have that 3 to 6 months in reserves, right? In case there's an emergency. Well, certainly 2020 has taught us that there are emergencies that can happen. And so now that we're a week or so into 2021, we want to make sure that we're able to set back that 3 to 6 months of emergency fund. The second reason that we need to have a high yield savings account set up is because we want that cash on hand to be able to take advantage of any investing opportunities that we might find. So every week, if we're looking at the news, we're watching the stock market, we're watching potential investments, we're going to see opportunities to buy and invest in something that might give us a good return, whether that's the stock market, whether it's index funds, whether it's real estate. And so you want to make sure that you have an available amount of cash set aside so that when you run across that prime real estate property that is going to give you a good return on your investment and be a good long-term investment, that you can plop down that 20 or 30% for the down payment in order to get that property. So with those goals in mind, these are, from what we've been able to find in doing some research, the best options for high yield savings accounts. Vero Bank Savings. And Vero Bank Savings is an online banking account. And it's a small bank, and it's going to give you a 0.81% return for whatever you have deposited in the bank. Now, keep in mind, 0.8% is not a lot, considering that, you know, at the beginning of the year in 2020, that was up at about 2%. And it's gone down because, of course, the Fed, during everything that happened in 2020, the Fed dropped interest rates to zero, which means that we're earning a lot less on investment accounts. But considering what's out there right now, 0.81 is a really good rate compared to the others that we're seeing when we look for those online. The second one is one that I had not heard of, but I thought was interesting. It's from the company Sallie Mae, which a lot of people probably know from having student loans and that type of thing. It was a big student loan originator, and they have a bank savings account called SmartPeg, and they're trying to encourage people to save money, obviously, right? So for a savings account with a balance of up to $10,000 with SmartPeg, you will be earning a 0.8% return on your deposit, which again, you're not going to get rich off of, but if you just have that money sitting on the sidelines, buried in a can in the backyard or under your mattress or something like that, you're not going to get anything. And actually, you'll probably lose money if you account for inflation and you don't have it invested someplace also. So keep that in mind when we're talking about the yields on these high yield savings accounts. So check out SmartPeg, and the return there is 0.8%. So almost the same as Vero Bank Savings, 0.8% up to $10,000, and then it drifts off once you get above that mark. The third one is one that if you watch any YouTube videos or you watch any TV, you know Ally Bank. It's a huge internet-only bank now. They offer loans, obviously. I think they started off primarily with car loans, then they moved into personal loans, now they're into mortgages. But they are a full-service bank that also offers checking and savings accounts. Now, Ally, at the beginning of 2020, I think Ally was offering about almost 2% on savings accounts. The problem, as I said earlier, the Fed came in, cut rates, everything went and dropped down to next to nothing. And so Ally now is down to about a 0.5% APR on your investments in the bank. So when you make a deposit, they're going to give you a 0.5%. Now, those are the three sort of traditional run-of-the-mill, you make the deposit, The money sits there and you earn a little bit of interest on it. When I was doing this research, I ran across two others that I think are very interesting concepts, and I wanted to talk about those today as well. And they just sort of struck me as being novel ways to achieve the goal of saving. The first one is a bank called Fitness Bank. And Fitness Bank wants to blend encouraging us to save money with also encouraging us to be healthy. And so what they do is you download the Fitness Bank app, and then the app will track how many steps you take each day. It's like a fitness tracker. So if you've got a Fitbit or your Apple phone or Apple Watch that tracks how much activity you have, how many steps you take a day, it's that sort of a concept. And here's the kicker. If Fitness Bank, if their app shows that you have taken 7,500 to 10,000 steps a day, they will give you 0.5% on your deposit. If their tracker shows that you have walked 10,000 to 12,500 steps, then Fitness Bank will give you 0.6%. So they give you a bump. And if your tracker shows that you take 12,500 steps per day, then they will give you 0.7% on your deposit with Fitness Bank. So the more you walk, the more steps you get, the more you earn in your savings account, which I thought was really an interesting concept. I don't know, maybe you don't think it is, maybe it's silly. Leave a comment down below and just let me know what you think, whether that will incentivize you to save money, or will getting paid more on your investment incentivize you to walk more. Quite frankly, I was thinking about checking out on my iPhone how many steps I had today to see which one of those levels I would qualify for. So, but that's an interesting concept. So let me know what you think. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? And would you, based on the steps that you get every day, would you be getting 0.5%, 0.6%, or 0.7% on your savings in Fitness Bank? Now, the other concept that I wanted to talk about a little bit was really a new concept for the United States. It's only been around for a few years, but it's been available overseas around the world for quite a long time. And actually, it's an old concept, and that is prize-linked deposit and prize-linked savings accounts. And what that basically means is that you will deposit money into a particular bank, into a savings account, and depending on how much you have deposited, you will get a ticket in basically what is a raffle. And so there's a prize, and the prizes can be drawn every day, every week, whatever the time period is. And depending on how much money you have in the bank, that's how many tickets you get for the raffle. Now, it's been this sort of a concept has been wildly successful overseas, particularly in England, where they use it as a major incentive for people to save money. And the government runs it like they run it almost like a lottery over there, except they're giving away the prizes that are linked to how much you save. So for example, instead of going down to the gas station and buying a lottery ticket for $2, you would go to your bank and deposit $100, and you would get maybe 4 or 5 lottery tickets. Okay. So the one that has grown the most, that we've heard the most about lately in this space in the United States, is called Yotta Bank. And Yotta Bank, like I said, works like a raffle. And for every $25 that you've got deposited with Yotta Bank, you get 1 ticket for the raffle. And that is up to a $25,000 deposit. So if you've got $25,000 or less deposited in with Yotta, then for every $25, you get 1 ticket. Now, on that money that you had deposited, Yotta Bank is going to pay you a 0.2% return. Okay, so if you don't do anything, if you never win the prize, if you don't do anything other than download the app and deposit your money, you get a 0.2% return. Now, the prizes are drawn weekly, and your tickets no matter how much money you have in there, your tickets are going to go every week. So if you have $100 in there, you get 4 tickets. You have the drawing this week, you didn't win. The next week, you get, and you don't take any money out, you still have $100, you get 4 tickets for that drawing. So it just keeps going over and over and over. The prizes vary anywhere from tiny little prizes like 10 cents up to $1,000. I think one prize you can actually win a Tesla car, which isn't too bad, right? And the top prize is $10 million. So there's a lot of people who win these prizes, it seems like, almost on a regular basis. And so based on what research I've been able to do, and of course this is anecdotal, just reading accounts from other people who have it and have used Yotta, what I've seen is that when you combine the 0.2% that they're going to give you on the bank account plus the winnings that it seems like most people are getting, and it might be 10 cents here, $1 there, $3 or $4, $5, $10, whatever the amount is that they win, when you combine the 0.2% plus the prize that people win, it ends up averaging about 2% that these people are getting paid on their Yotta deposit account, which is really good. I mean, that's the national average for savings accounts right now is about 0.1 or 0.2%. So if Yotta is giving you a 2% return because of the prizes that you might be winning, then that's a pretty good return. And the whole idea is that they want to incentivize you depositing money and saving money. So that's a really interesting concept. And actually, I think we may try that one out and just see how it goes because it's such a novel idea. It sounds pretty interesting. So with that in mind, those are the 5 that we found that we think are the best potential savings, high yield savings accounts for 2021. You've got 3 that are just sort of the traditional deposit in the bank and get the bank to pay you some interest back on your money that's deposited in there. And then you've got 2 that are really interesting. I mean, you got the one that's going to incentivize you to save and incentivize you to get healthy by walking your steps. And then you've got the other one that, if you're inclined to go play the lottery, instead of dropping, $10 on the Powerball this week, you can put that $10 in and get you some tickets at the Yotta Bank. And at the end of the week, you still have your ticket, your money that you paid for the tickets, where if you go buy the lottery ticket, you're not going to have that money anymore. So Fitness Bank, Yotta Bank, and then Vero, Sallie Mae, SmartPeg, and Ally. Those are the banks that we're talking about. And go out and check them out, find them online. Tell us what you found. Tell us if you like the fitness idea. Tell us if you like the prize link deposit, which I think that prize link deposit is pretty interesting, actually. And if you've got another one that you've found that has a higher interest rate, put that down in the comments too. And we'll check that out and review it and let you know what we find out on that one too. So start the conversation. Again, please do me a favor, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring that little bell so that you'll get the new video when it comes out. Again, we're just trying to hit that YouTube algorithm so we can grow the channel a little bit. We really appreciate your help, and we hope that you'll join us on this finance journey, and we'll see you in the next video.